students, welcome to CA session. Today we will continue the same chapter, chapter 6, spreadsheet and introduction. Students, earlier in previous session we studied about MS Excel software and today we will study more. So here this is the first interface which we will be able to see when we click on MS Excel icon. Okay. So when we click on MS Excel icon, this screen will appear. The tools above this there will be tools. It is actually the ribbon. All tools are there in the ribbon categorized. Okay. This is address bar. When we select any cell, we will be able to see the address of the cell here. Here we will be able to write the formula. Okay. We have to select the cell wherever we want the formula, and here we have to type the formula. So whenever we have to type the formula, we will write equal to and then followed by the formula. Students, these are column letters. Okay. A, B, C, D, all these are column letters. These are columns. These are rows. Okay. So these are row numbers. These are row numbers. Then this is the active cell. Active cell, or we can also say current cell. When we select a cell, a dark boundary appears around it. Okay. And here you will be able to see small black filled square. Okay, so this is known as active cell, the selected cell or the current cell is known as active cell, and this small black filled square is known as fill handle. Got it? I will tell you what is the use of fill handle later on. Now, if this cell is selected, then we will see the column letter first A and then row number 1. So A1 will appear here. This is the address bar. Okay, so whichever cell is selected, its address will appear here. Now if I am selecting this cell, okay, then what? You can see B and 4. So when I select this, what will be the address? B4 here. Okay, this will be removed and it is B4. Got it? If we are selecting multiple cells, like if we are not selecting this, and if we select multiple cells, like from here to here. Now how to select multiple cells? First of all, you have to select this cell and then you have to drag. Okay. So up to wherever we will be dragging the mouse pointer, those cells will be selected. So here you can see this is C and 2. Okay. So what will be the range here? C2 and the last one is E4. So this is C2 to E4. This is the way you use to write the range. If we are selecting multiple cells in continuous order, you can see all these are adjacent to each other. So, if you are selecting cells continuously, then it is known as range. Okay, a group of cells is known as range, and we have to see the address of the first cell, that is C2. I have written C2, then colon, and then after that E4. So C2 to E4, this is the group of cells and this is the address of the range. I hope you understood the range. And individual box is known as a cell. These are scroll bars. This is vertical scroll bar. This is horizontal scroll bar to scroll the pages. Got it? There will be ribbon above it. I have not drawn because there are so many tools over there. Okay. So students, I hope you understood this interface. This is MS Excel interface. When you will start MS Excel software or when you double click the MS Excel icon, you will be able to see such a screen. In the beginning, when you will open this, here you will be able to see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and there will be new sheet button. When you click on it, automatically new sheets will be generated. If you want to rename these sheets, you can rename. You want to delete any sheet, you can right click and delete. If you want to rename, you can right click and you can choose rename option. the name will be highlighted and you will be able to give new name to the sheet. Now students, we will discuss about various components used in various words used in MS Excel. Okay. So first of all, worksheet. When you start the software, a single sheet is known as worksheet. Overall, the file, Excel file is known as workbook. Okay. And single sheet is known as worksheet. So, by default there are 3 worksheets in it and the group of sheets is known as the workbook. So here in worksheet you will be able to see cells, grid of cells. These are made up of horizontal rows and vertical columns. Got it? In worksheet you will be able to see horizontal rows and vertical columns. Okay? And in MS Excel, I think everyone has used MS Excel software. So in MS Excel 2010 version and 2007 version, there are 10,48,576 rows. Okay, it starts from 1 to the last is 8. So 10,48,576 rows. And number of columns are 16,384 columns in a single sheet. So you can simply can't imagine that how many rows and columns can be there in many sheets in a workbook. So it stores large amount of data. Then cell. So cell is a single box, or we can say every intersection of a row and a column, wherever it intersects. Okay, like this is a column and this is a row. So this is a cell. You can see on intersection of a column and a row, there is a cell. So it is actually a rectangular box in which we can write something. It holds data. It can be number, decimal number, then letter or text, etc. Now cell address. If we select a cell, then the cell will become the active cell. Like if we have selected this cell, then a dark boundary appears. And we select this cell, then its address will be visible in the address bar. So how we used to write the address? The column letter first and then the row number. Okay, so let's see the example. 11th row and column AB. So we have to write the column letter first, remember. Here I have written 11th row, but you have to write it in the last after the column letters. So column AB means AB. And 11th row, that means AB11. Got it? So this address will appear when we select this cell. Then this address will appear in the address bar. Now students, active cell. As I already told you, when we select the cell, the dark boundary appears around it and it is known as the cell pointer. Or we can also call it highlighted cell. When we select a cell, you might have seen that it is a bit different from other cells which we have not selected. So a dark boundary appears which is known as cell pointer, and it is also known as the highlighted cell. Its address is shown in the address bar. When we select any cell, its address is shown in the address bar. Now students, we will discuss about few more terms used in MS Excel. So column you already know. These are vertical sets of cells. Okay, vertical sets, and every column will be having an alphabet for its identity. Okay, alphabet will be there to identify the column. Okay, like column A, column B, column C, etc. And there are total, you can see, from A to XFD. Okay, it starts with A and the last column name is XFD. Okay. Now rows. Rows are horizontal sets of cells and it has its own number for the identity. Okay. Rows are identified with the help of number. So number 1 to you can see the maximum 10,48,576 rows will be there in total. So this is the first row and this is the last row number. Then address bar. Address bar will be actually the address of the current cell. When we select the cell, it will be known as current cell, or we can say active cell. So whatever is the active cell, its address will be visible in the address bar. Okay. So it will show the address of the current cell whichever is selected, and It is also known as name box. A small input bar. When you will be able to see, it will be at the top left of the window, near the formula bar, below the ribbon, at the top left. Now, formula bar. Formula bar is actually the input bar below the ribbon. It is near the address bar. Okay. At the right of the address bar, you will be able to see the formula bar. When you select any cell, you will be able to write the formula for it in the formula bar. In formula bar, you have to start the formula with equal to symbol. And if you have selected any cell and something is written inside the cell, then you will be able to see the content in formula bar. Got it? In address bar, you will be able to see the address of the active cell. In formula bar, you will be able to see the content of the active cell. So, it is input bar below the ribbon. Then it shows the content of the active cell that I have explained. We can enter formula here. Got it? So, to enter the formula, you have to select the cell. Then you have to click inside the formula bar. Then you have to write equal to and you have to enter the formula. So, we will discuss few more words in MS Excel. Students, title bar. Title bar is the topmost bar of any window. So, in Excel, you will be able to see the name of the workbook. Got it? In the title bar. In title bar, you will be able to see the name of the workbook, means name of the file, followed by the software name, application name. So, there will be Microsoft Office if you are using MS Excel. Then, the range of cells. Range of cells, I have already told you, group of cells. So, group of adjacent cells that form a rectangular shape. When we select it, you will be able to see the rectangular shape. And the first cell, how it is written? First cell, colon, the last cell. Okay. So, first cell if it is A1 and the last cell is B3, then how many cells it will contain? You have to start with A1, then B1 you have to write. A1, B1, A2, B2 and A3, B3. You can see you have to stop at B3. Got it? So, these are the cells which are there in this group. This range. Got it? How to write the range? The first cell address and the last cell address. So, now, status bar. It is actually a thin bar at the bottom of any window. Okay. So, in MS Excel, you will be able to see the status bar at the bottom. If you have selected the range, okay, like if we have selected this range, in this range there might be some numbers and all. So here in status bar you will be able to see the sum of the range, average of it, count, minimum value, maximum value, page view option, zoom, control, etc. So all these options you will be able to see in the status bar. Then there is workbook. Workbook means when you start MS Excel, then a file that appears is known as workbook. It contains multiple sheets. So, a file having multiple sheets is known as workbook or collections of multiple sheets. Then, by default, I have already told you there are 3 sheets by default and there is new sheet button also. We can click on it and we can add as many sheets as we want.